And now, the Toyota Sports Desk.
Welcome into Extra Time here on KIOM. We're talking all things Monterey Bay FC, and it was a busy week for the organization, both on and off the pitch. Tonight, we'll get you all caught up, and later on, we'll be talking with head coach Jordan Stewart. Right now, though, the playoff push, it is in full force. 9 games left, and the Union, they find themselves in need of a win. They snagged a hard-fought point against number 4 El Paso not long ago. The highlights you're watching now, Adrian Rebollar and Anton Soyberg both finding the back of net in this 2-2 draw. But despite earning that hard-fought point, the Union, they are still below the playoff line, a couple of points back, and we will take a look at where that table lies. El Paso moving to 4th with that point, while the Union currently sit in 10th right now, a total of 23 points. That's 2 ahead of Oakland in 11th, 1 behind Colorado in 9th. In terms of playoffs right now, that's a 2-point difference. Phoenix currently sitting in that final playoff spot. But as you can see here, it is tight. Sound like a broken record. We keep saying that, but that's the way the West is in the USL Championship. No room for error here, especially with only 9 games left, as all these teams are making a playoff push. Now, in terms of the Crispin Kelp, I mentioned it was a busy week. A big shakeup in Seaside Wednesday. Monterey Bay FC announcing some personnel changes, 2 players on the move. The first, Adam Larson. He and the club agreeing to a mutual parting of ways. It comes after 8 starts for Larson in the Crispin Kelp. He scored 2 goals, adding 2 assists along the way. The other, Luther Archimed. He's been transferred to New Mexico United. Archimed making only 4 appearances this season after coming back from a knee injury that sidelined him for the previous season, looking to potentially add some depth in Seaside. Elsewhere, the club lending a helping hand this week at Rancho Cielo, boxing up fresh produce for the 10th annual Veggie Box fundraiser. Volunteers getting out there bright and early, loading thousands of boxes up with Brussels sprouts, cabbages, strawberries, you name it. Rancho Cielo says the boxes are more than just a healthy food. Each item a symbol of the region's agricultural backbone, and the Union were more than happy to help out.
I mean, it's amazing because I feel like sometimes in the food industry, a lot of it goes to waste. So to be able to gather this and be able to hand it out to people who, you know, like I mentioned, probably could make good use of them is it's a really good thing.
Players tell us about 1,500 veggie boxes were packed over the last couple of days. Rancho Cielo says their goal to reach 50,000 boxes, which will reach families who need them through various local nonprofits. Before that, Monterey Bay FC also going back to school, visiting Oasis Charter School, part of a new partnership. Union players Moby Fair, Grant Robinson, Anton Soyberg, all out there meeting with kids, talking about leadership, teamwork, and sportsmanship. Oasis also launching a new program called iReady. It's focused on reading and math. The way it works, kids take multiple tests throughout the year, and if kids meet their growth goals or exceed them, they'll have a chance to meet some more players.
We were hoping in this partnership that we would have models and mentors for our children outside of school. So seeing a professional soccer player come to them and speak to them and see them live would be an amazing experience for a lot of our students that may not have that opportunity.
I think it's great for the kids, and I think it's, again, great for the team, you know, to come to these local schools to, you know, put a smile on the kids and, you know, just light up their day. I think it's great.
First test was in August, next one's in October, and March as well in May. The Union, they'll be following along with kids' progress. We will be too. Another example of the Crispin Kelp out in the community.
I think community is a big part of Ray Beshoff and the rest of the ownership, what they wanted to be involved with. And I think trying to have a sports team in compass with that community, I think is a big thing. So having, obviously, community come out and being involved and have something exciting on weekends to come and watch is huge for us. And we try to give back as much as possible and try and give them entertainment and try and win games on the field. But I think it's a huge piece of Monterey Bay FC, and I think it's important for staff and players to always be involved as much as possible.
And players, in addition to yourself, you guys are all role models out there. How important is it to go further, like you said, just kind of going and having that impact?
No, I think it's super important because at the end of the day, community is fans, so it goes hand in hand, right? And I think at the end of the day, they pay their hard-earned money on the weekend. So it's important for us to be in a position where we can help and be a part of that, and be an outreach for the community is always a special thing. And I think whatever club or sport you go to, sports is a great thing because it interacts people, right? So I think when you have that interaction of sport, and it brings in so many people from so many different areas to tell their different stories and come into games, and then they go back to work and have a much of a great weekend, hopefully winning games. I think it's vitally important. So I think community and outreach is a big part of sport, and more so for Monterey Bay FC.
And so many players are involved. How does it speak to the culture that those players are out there doing stuff like this?
And I think going even from a sports perspective, right, the culture was a main thing of moving into this season. So I think then extending that into the community and knowing that the outreach and those around us is vitally important for us as a team to thrive, and to have their support is important. So I think each player, as they've come in, and the team that we have we have culture in the locker room, but also we need that culture to expand into the community. So I think it goes, like I said, it goes hand in hand, and it's a vital piece of what we're trying to do at Monterey Bay FC. I still think we can keep improving in those aspects around. There's so many different counties of where we're at. So I think doing that and showing different communities of like how important it is, one, but then two, how important it is for them to come and support their local team, right? So I think the more you see, more fans you get, the more hype, and then it generates that 12th man atmosphere for the players as well. So I think for us, we need to do more in the community, and obviously it's always good to get the community involved in the game, especially on match days.
Really special what you guys putting together.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, now coming up on the other side of the break, we got to talk about a goal scored actually by our guest today. We're going to come back, we're going to break it all down coming up on Extra Time. Welcome back to Extra Time here on KION. I've been waiting for this one for a while. We got a goal to break down today, and you scored this one. We've talked about you being out there running along with the guys, but this is awesome. You got to tell me what happens here. This is just
so it's we'll late run. So
that's some athleticism.
Yeah.
I mean,
it wasn't a bad goal. I think my celebration could have been better. So I think I started late, and especially when we're talking to the guys, right, we talk about them trying to commit and to make sure you get in the box to try and get in the. That's me, by the way, yeah.
Yes.
But if you look before that, I take my hat off, because in my mind I'm thinking if it comes, I'm just gonna try and dive and head the ball. I got a big guy in front of me, Lara. So making sure it's a great ball by Diego. But in my mind, I'm like, I'm just gonna commit, and if I win the ball, fine. If not, then at least the boys can say a commit. So when it comes to game day, and I'm saying you just got to commit to the zone, now they understand. So I was literally waiting, and as I've gone to head it, it's come off my shoulder, and I didn't even know it went into the goal. But it was it's one of the ones where it's good as a coach because you can always refer to it. Remember that time I got into the back stick and I won the header. So it was a bit of that, but I think it was more the ball, the ball from Diego made me look good.
So in terms of what you're seeing out there, Diego playing a nice ball, just what were you seeing from your perspective when you started communicating that you wanted the ball in there?
Well, this game is called bumpers. So what it is it's normally a 6v6 in the middle, and you have 6 or 8 guys around the edge. So normally when it comes to one of the attacking wide guys, if they take a touch, it means that the ball has to come into the box. So as soon as he took his touch, I knew it was coming in. That's why I took my hat off early. And then, like I said, he was trying to get on the blind side of Lara, because I know 1v1 duel, anything aerial, he's going to beat me to it because he's a strong boy. So, but the ball was a dangerous ball from Diego, and I'm just trying to, like I said, commit and get in these areas on the back stick. Unfortunately, like I said, I dived and it hit the back of my shoulder, but end of the day, went in the goal.
Now, what was the reaction? I mean, was everyone, how was the team reacting to that one?
It was good because it was the last game and this was like the last play.
Okay,
so it was,
all right.
if you're a coach, it's the best scenario. So, especially I never scored a goal with probably one goal when I was at Leicester, but that was it. But apart from that, for me, it was a classic goal of you gotta commit, and if you're in the area, you score, and if not, you don't score. So it's the word of the day was commitment.
All right, and now you mentioned the celebration.
Yeah.
If you had a chance to go back, what would be the celebration after a goal like that?
I don't know. I think I'd probably do the CR7 celebration because I know how many people love Messi, and I know I like CR7, so I probably would have done that because then I know it would have annoyed a lot of the boys. So yeah, probably CR7.
well, there we go. Any chance of seeing this again? I mean,
no.
are we going to have you back
after this? I was done for 2 days. The body had to be put on ice.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And looking ahead, a pivotal match coming up tomorrow night. Monterey Bay FC hosting San Antonio FC, number 10 versus number 3. Now, San Antonio hasn't won in 3 matches, Monterey Bay in 4. Both teams in need of a W. Kickoff coming Saturday at 7 p.m., and it is back to school night out at Carton Alley Stadium. Should be a good one. We'll, of course, be following along with all your match day coverage right here on KION. In the meantime, it looks like we're out of time. We thank you for joining us and hope to see you next week on Extra Time. Have a good night.